Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sophia Camarda if you're new, and today we're going to be doing what is on my iPhone 15 Pro Max. If you haven't already seen, go watch my unboxing I just did last week showing this phone and of course doing the fun part, which is opening it. So today is going to be how I set up this phone, what's on my iPhone, and basically just how I configured this phone to my liking, and also some tips on how I suggest you set it up to have the best iPhone experience. So let's begin. Firstly, I have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, as you can see, and on the actual phone I have the clear case from Apple. Now I have been liking this case for the look of it. The only thing I don't like is the phone is really slippery and it has already fallen out of my hands a couple of times. So if you are clumsy, this is probably not the case for you. I will put my screen right here for you guys. And as you can see, I have this cute little wallpaper. This I actually made myself. If you want to download it, I have it available on my website, and I did upload it for use on iPads, iPhones, and iMacs, so you could download and use it on all of your devices. So as you can see, I just have a couple of widgets. I have the weather as well as the calendar, and on the end I do have the Tesla widget for my car, and it's actually so useful because you could see the battery or charge of your car at a glance, which is so nice, and it looks really cute. So then entering the phone, before we get into it, I'm going to show you how I set up my action button, which is a new feature on this phone. Right now I have it set up to go to the camera, which I do find very useful, and I have used that already a few times. However, there are some cool uses that people are finding that I want to put you guys onto. So if you go into your settings and go into the menu to program the action button, there is an option to do a shortcut, and this is actually really cool because you can customize it to pretty much any shortcut you want. I've seen a lot of Tesla owners use the Tesla app and use the shortcuts in there. I'm sure that a lot of app developers are going to come out with other shortcuts to make your life a lot easier. So if you are a fan of this channel, this layout has been with me for a few years now, and I will not stray by it. I really tried to do something different and I just don't want to. I really love this layout. It is so efficient. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly suggest you do because it is just so easy, simple, nice to look at. So let's go through it. Firstly, I have the calendar on the top left. I just feel like that makes the most sense, honestly. And I actually have a stack of calendar widgets so you could see the day at a glance as well as the month at a glance, which is a nice touch. Then I have the phone because it's an iPhone and I feel like that should be the next most important app. Then I have the clock as well as camera and photos. I do feel like the camera and photos app should go next to each other. I don't know, it just makes sense in my head. Then on the second little section of this home screen, we have the wallet and Chase, which are my banks. Then I have Apple Maps and Notes as well as the weather widget, which I really love the weather widget. I think the weather app is honestly one of the most beautiful apps that Apple has ever made, so I just love looking at it, honestly. And then on the bottom I have Spotify. This usually shows my most recently played playlist, which is really useful and it's cute to look at. Right now I have the Chill Hop Essentials. Some people might think it's like elevator music. I think it's just fun. I enjoy it. Then we have the health app, which I use a lot for my sleep schedule and my alarm. I just find it very useful. And then we have Starbucks, of course. Lastly, we have Discord. If you haven't already, join my Discord server. It is so much fun. It's all about Apple products, iPhones, just like lifestyle things. It's really cute in there, very wholesome, so definitely check it out. And then we have Instagram, which I post stories on there a lot, so if you want, you could follow me on there. On the bottom, I have my messages, Gmail, Safari, and YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, of course. As you may have noticed, I have no notification badges. This is something I also always do on my phone, is turn those off. This is how you do that. I just go through every single app and turn off the badges for the notifications. I just think they're so ugly. I don't know why they have to be like blaring red. It's not very Apple. It's very ugly. It's very stressful. I have been living without notification badges for about 3 years now, and I could say I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. Then on the second page, I just have a couple more apps. As you can see, I don't really load up my home screen with too many apps because I just find it to be annoying. So I only have the things that I actually use. I just have Twitter, also known as X now, which is kind of stupid. I don't like the app icon either. It kind of gives me like 2014 vibes, but I digress. Then we have TikTok, which I do spend a lot of time on there. Patreon, I have bonus videos on here if you want to check them out. And And then Reddit, because I like to follow my favorite shows. I watch Jersey Shore and the Kardashians, and I just love seeing what people have to say. I love to know the tea. Then we have YouTube Studio, which is amazing for content creators on YouTube. If you make videos, you need this app. Then we have Shopify, which is for my website, of course. I have Stripe Express, which is also like another payment processor. And then we have Zenoti, which is a little bit random. If you don't know what it is, it's like a spa and salon booking software. If you didn't know this, I'm a spa manager on the side because I do everything, and I need this on my phone so I can keep track of the appointments and be a boss ass bitch. And then lastly, we have the Tesla widget. I have been loving my car so much, and the Tesla widget is really cool. I love seeing at a glance what is the charge. I love being able to lock my car straight from the widget. There's just so many like cool tech features about Teslas that I didn't know. I'm actually really impressed with how well Tesla works with iPhone. They're very compatible. So that's everything on my home screen, and then I'll just go quickly through my app library. I don't really have that many apps. I try to keep just the bare necessities on it, honestly. For the nosy ones, I will scroll through here and you could see what else I have on my phone. I guess one of my favorite apps that I always talk about is Day One, which is a journal app. I've been using that since like high school, and I really like writing in it. I did hear though that Apple is going to be coming out with their own journal app, which is really nice, and maybe I'll start using that. And another cool app that I have is Lemetric. I have this thing, it's kind of like a little pixelated like display on my desk. It's really cool if you're a gamer or a content creator because it displays your stats as well as like the weather and the date and stuff, and it's just really cute on your desk. Here's a clip of how it looks. I have a couple pixels going out because I've had it for a few years, but I got this off Amazon, so I'll link that below if you want. But I do really love the Lemetric. I think it's so cool. That's pretty much everything on my iPhone. So what I'm gonna do now is just go through a couple of things that I do to set up a new phone. Just things that I recommend that you do. You don't have to follow this, but I do think it makes your life easier if you do follow this. So let's get into it. So one of the first things I do is turn off AutoCap. I just think it's super annoying. Don't try to tell me when and when not to use capital letters. I will choose when I want to be professional and when I don't. I don't need my phone to tell me when to use proper grammar. Speaking of that, I also turn off autocorrect because that is also really annoying. Sometimes it'll just like change things that I didn't want it to change. That might be an unpopular opinion. I know a lot of people like autocorrect. I find it super annoying. One thing I think everyone should do is set their voice memos to never expire. By default, they're set to expire within 2 minutes, which is to me kind of ridiculous. Like, why are you deleting my messages? Like, I never want any message, whether it's voice, text, I don't care. I don't need it to expire. I set that to never, and it is so useful. You don't have to press keep every time you get a voice memo. So super useful. Another thing I do is turn off the auto lock. I just find that super annoying as well. I have this little stand that I put my phone on. Sometimes I'll just have it like open on my desk with my phone screen kind of like on my messages or something. I don't need my phone to lock. I just like it to be locked when I tell it to lock. I also turn off auto brightness. I find this one of the most annoying features of iPhones. I just hate it. If I'm like working on a story or something for Instagram or like looking at a picture, I don't want the brightness to change. Like, I just want it to stay the same or max brightness so I can see everything in the photo, and I will adjust as needed. I also turn off where it automatically rotates when you turn your phone, the portrait orientation. If I wanted my screen to go landscape, I will just make it do that. I don't need it to like automatically do that. It could be annoying when you're like trying to watch a video and it doesn't just switch, but I don't know. I hate when I'm typing or something and then the screen just goes like this. Like, what are you doing? Please stop. I suggest you guys give those settings a try. Also, I do have a lot of camera settings that I like to do and set my phone to. However, I do feel like that's a whole separate video, so make sure you subscribe to see that video. So that's pretty much everything on what's on my iPhone. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what your home screens look like. A lot of people in my Discord like to send pictures of their home screens and give each other inspiration, which is really cute. So if you want to do that, join the Discord. And of course, thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!